Welcome to Miss Rowe Classroom. Today we'll discuss How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. Before we start, like, subscribe and share the video. The poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells offers a delightfully humorous take on identifying wild animals. It does so through exaggerated and playful descriptions that are sure to entertain you. Each stanza of the poem introduces a different animal, describing its physical features and behavior in a playful and light-hearted manner. The Asian lion is recognized by its roar, while the Bengal tiger is identified by its striped body and tendency to attack. The leopard leaps repeatedly, and the bear is known for its tight hug. The poet further distinguishes the crocodile and hyena by their expressions. Crocodiles weep, whereas hyenas appear to smile. Finally, the chameleon is described as a small, earless, wingless creature that blends into its surroundings. The poem cleverly uses rhyme and irony to combine education with entertainment, showcasing the poet's skill and keeping the readers engaged. Let's start with the line-by-line explanation of the poem, followed by context. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. If you happen to visit somewhere by accident, especially in the eastern regions such as India or parts of Asia, and if an animal comes walking towards you that is big and yellowish brown in color, if it lets out a roar and you feel terrified as if you are dying, then you can be sure it is an Asian lion. The opening stanza humorously introduces the Asian lion. The poet exaggerates the fear caused by its roar, saying you'll know it's a lion only if you feel like dying. It undermines the concept of field identification by transforming it into a life-threatening situation. Second stanza, or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Or if you are walking around in the wild and you meet a majestic and strong animal with black stripes over yellow-orange fur, then observe if it attacks and eats you. That's your clue. This silly but simple idea might help you identify the Bengal tiger. The poet continues the playful tone, confirming the Bengal tiger's identity only if it eats you, which pokes fun at the idea of too late realization. It reflects the tiger's fierce nature and plays on irony, leaving you amused. Third stanza, is strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered as soon as he has leapt on you. You'll know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. He'll only leap and leap again. If you're out walking and you see an animal whose skin or fur is covered with dark spots, and it suddenly jumps on you, you'll immediately know it's a leopard. Screaming in pain won't help you, because it will keep jumping again and again. The third stanza focuses on the leopard, known for its speed and repeated attacks. The use of the made-up word lep adds to the fun. It also rhymes with the first syllable of the word leopard, and the poet mocks the uselessness of screaming once the animal is already attacking. Fourth stanza, if when you're walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it's a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess, he'll give you just one more caress. If you're simply walking around your garden and you encounter an animal that grabs you tightly in what feels like a deadly hug, then you can be sure it's a bear. If you're still not sure, he'll give you another powerful, almost fatal hug. The fourth stanza introduces the bear, playfully describing its deadly grip as a hug or caress. The poet uses irony to contrast the softness of the word hug with the bear's dangerous strength. It shows how humor can make even frightening creatures feel less scary. Fifth stanza. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might not pulse the crocodile you always may, tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Although it may be hard to tell some wild animals apart, and someone inexperienced might feel confused, you can always identify the crocodile and tell it apart from a hyena like this. Hyenas look like they are smiling or laughing. But if you see one weeping, it's a crocodile. This is a pun on crocodile tears. The fifth stanza uses figurative language. The hyena is linked to laughter and the crocodile to false weeping. The poet cleverly blends animal traits with human idioms to entertain readers while also imparting valuable lessons. Sixth stanza. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's chameleon you see. The real chameleon is a small creature that looks like a lizard. It has no visible ears, nor does it have wings. If you look at a tree and see nothing there, you're probably looking at a chameleon camouflaged so well it is invisible. The final stanza ends with the chameleon known for its camouflage. The idea that if you see nothing, it's there is funny and paradoxical. The poet again uses wit and wordplay to end the poem on a light, imaginative note. Let's move to the analysis of the poem. First, central idea. Carolyn Wells' How to Tell Wild Animals comically presents exaggerated methods for identifying wild animals through dramatic and often dangerous encounters. Using rhyme, irony, and playful language, the poet describes animals like the lion, tiger, leopard, bear, crocodile, hyena, and chameleon. Each creature is introduced through amusing situations that blend fear with fun, turning wildlife recognition into a comic adventure. The poem cleverly combines entertainment with observation, making learning about animals both engaging and memorable. Second, poem structure and rhyme. The poem consists of 6 stanzas. Each stanza contains 6 lines, a sestet. The poem follows a rhyme scheme of ABA, PCC with a closed couplet ending. Third, tone. The poem adopts a light-hearted and comic tone, using rhyme and exaggeration to describe wild animals in amusing ways. Serious situations like being attacked or eaten are presented with childlike mischief to entertain young readers. There is a clear use of irony as life-threatening encounters are described as casual identification tips. The poet's tone is mock serious, making it seem as though dying is just a step in learning about animals, adding a layer of sarcastic wit. The tone remains engaging throughout, pulling the reader into vivid, over-the-top scenarios. The whimsical, or playful style invites curiosity while still teaching something, blending fun with creative imagination. Next point is theme. First, nature and wildlife observation. The poem encourages readers to observe the distinct traits and behaviors of wild animals, highlighting the value of sharp observation when encountering them in their natural surroundings. Second, animal characteristics. Presented as a playful guide, the poem outlines the physical features and behaviors of various wild animals, celebrating the diversity and uniqueness of the animal kingdom in a light-hearted manner. Third, survival and caution. While humorous, the poem subtly implies that correctly identifying these animals could be crucial for survival, emphasizing the need for caution and awareness in the wild. Fourth, cultural references. The poem draws on popular imagery and stereotypes of animals, reflecting how humans often anthropomorphize and mythologize wildlife in stories and culture. Together, these themes blend education with humor, making animal identification both fun and memorable, while gently reminding readers to be observant and respectful of the wild. To summarize the explanation, Carolyn Wells' How to Tell Wild Animals cleverly combines humor with subtle insight, using rhyme, exaggeration, and wit to present a playful yet cautionary take on wildlife identification. Beneath the comic surface lies a gentle reminder about the value of observation, the unpredictability of nature, and the way humans often interpret animals through the lens of their own culture. The poem entertains while encouraging readers to examine both the wild world and their assumptions more closely. We have finished explaining the Class 10 poem How to Tell Wild Animals. Please visit our reference website misroclassroom.com for exam-oriented summaries, literary devices, extra questions, themes, character sketches, and extract-based questions for Class 10. Earlier, we had discussed his first flight. Please study the allegory section of that video. In the next session, we'll analyze the ball poem. If you enjoyed the content, ask questions, subscribe, like, and share the video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Bye-bye.